Hello and welcome back. We are going to start now with the data frames. Now before that, we need to understand why data frame came into picture. Now when we talk about RDD work on a partition. So you can see there are a lot of partition here, and all of this partition will be stored in your Spark. Now what happens is you don't have access of how these partitions are stored. So when Spark try to run any action, it cannot do optimization. So Spark cannot do optimization, and that is the reason why your RDD operation are a little slow. Now what happens if we provide this data with a schema? Now, if we provide schema with the data, then Spark will be able to get access to the schema and understand how the data is represented, and will be able to execute optimization query with the schema. And that's how we got our data frames. Data frames are an improved version of RDD, sometimes also referred as schema RDD. So what we need additional to our data is a schema. Now schema will be able to map our data into a tabular structure, and this is how our data frames will be looking like in our system. So they are basically going to be in tabular in nature with the schema, and this will allow us to run SQL queries within the data frames. Now this is one of the most important reasons why we go with the data frames when we are in project, because we will be able to use our existing understanding and knowledge about SQL to extract data from data frames structures. Now also there is one more structure, which is data sets. Data sets is a evolved version of data frames, but we are not going to discuss much about data sets because most of the project core development will be done with the data frames, because they are even higher in performance output compared to data sets as well. So we will be focusing our attention more on data frames, because as per speed, they are the fastest among the three data types in Spark. So let's go ahead and understand what are the function and functionalities which data frames has, and how to work with data frames in our Spark.